7:46. We're back in the month of May. Some great things to look out for over the next few days. Astronomer Kat Kelly from the H.R. McMillan Space Center back with us. Welcome.
Thank you.
There's been a meteor shower going on, and this Sunday it's going to hit its peak. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so it's called the Eta Aquarids, and the peak is May 5th. Unfortunately, here in Vancouver, the peak is about 3 a.m. So if you're up and about around that time...
It's a work day here at Breakfast Television.
Exactly, yeah. Then check it out on your way into work. It's called Eta Aquarids because the Aquarids part is it's in the constellation of Aquarius, which for us will be directly south at about 3 a.m. So that's the direction that you want to look at. And it's a pretty cool meteor shower because a lot of them, they always have a peak, but you can see meteors a few days either side. And so this shower has quite a few days either side. So really around 3 a.m. around May 5th, if you're up, have a look up and you should see some meteors.
For visibility for things like this, do we need the telescope? Do we need to get away from the city lights to truly appreciate what's happening up there?
So it's best to be at somewhere as dark as you can, so away from city lights will help. But you actually want to see a meteor shower with no equipment. They move so fast that to see them in a telescope is very difficult. So you just want to be comfortable and look up, and that's it.
Okay, yeah. So we've got a meteor shower going on, and then the rare sighting of the blue moon.
Yeah, so a blue moon is where in a season there's usually 3 full moons because of how the months fall into that 3-month period. But when there's a 4th one, just how the dates work out, we call that a blue moon. And it doesn't happen very often, hence the term once in a blue moon. So it will not be blue. It's a regular full moon, but it's a little bit rarer because it's the 4th one in the season.
And when you're looking at occurrences like this, what do you learn from season to season about what's changing, what's evolving?
It's really just a matter of, for me, it's just reflecting on how we sort of track time and looking up at the moon and thinking about that as a cultural thing, and how a lot of countries around the world still use the lunar calendar. The moon was a timekeeper before we had things like iPhones and clocks. So it's just interesting when something's a little bit out of the ordinary like that.
So we got a meteor shower, a blue moon to look out for, and then the buzz around Titan, one of Saturn's many moons.
Yeah, so the buzz around that is that this summer NASA's going to be making some decisions on what future missions they're going to go ahead with in something called their New Frontiers program, which is all about exploring the solar system. And some of Saturn's moons and Jupiter's moons are sort of top of the list to look for life in our solar system. And so Titan is one of Saturn's moons. It has about 62 known moons right now. But Titan is really far out from Saturn, and it's actually the most Earth-like place in the solar system.
How so?
So it has rocky landscapes, like the geology is very similar. It has liquid lakes of methane instead of water. It's got an atmosphere. It's just very, very similar.
So the question is life on Titan a reality? So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch for. And finally, over the next few days, may the 4th be with you. It's kind of become a tradition at the Space Center. What's happening for families who like to participate? Yeah,
so we're having our Star Wars Day, May the 4th event, and we're going to have lots of different activities to do. We're going to have, we definitely encourage people to come along dressed up. We're going to have some professional Star Wars costume wearers that you can take photographs with. If the weather permits, our observatory will be open towards the end of the evening, and I'll be there doing 2 planetarium shows, linking current science, real science, and the Star Wars world, and sort of delving into that a bit as well.
Nice. So a great event to look out for the next few days. Kat, always appreciate you coming by.
Thank you.
And the Space Center for all kinds of great things to learn. Listen, we'll take a break. Right after, we'll get